I think it's time we took a trip down memory lane and have a look at some of my oldest or older decks in my collection. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mend. So today is a sort of VR to Sandra over at Spirit of Avalon. I'll make sure to tag her video and to tag her channel and pop the video into the description box below. But she did a video on, 1 second now, let me see, what was it? It was like oldies but goodies, I think. If I could get into this, thank you. Yes, good old decks, and it's a VR that she did to NovaMundiTarots. I'll make sure to tag all the said channels and videos below. So today we are going to take, I'm doing a little bit of my own twist, I think, to it. I'm not really sure. On some of the older decks in my collection. So this is in no particular order, but I remember kind of starting off with reading just more like tarot oracle type decks. So the one that I have is the Angel Tarot cards. This is the one I want to show. I believe it's still in print. I just wanted to make sure that I showed most of the decks here that I have are in print, and that you guys can get your hands on it if you look at it and you like it. Obviously Dorian Virtue is not doing these anymore, but I remember loving this when I got it. Oh my god, I was so excited. I got the big chunky guidebook, and then I don't know what happened, life I suppose, and I didn't dive into it as much as I wanted to. But these were great starting off because of the title and then the keywords and then your little blurb at the bottom. The images always kind of baffled me when I first started out. To be honest, I, funnily enough, struggled with imagery and picking symbolism up from that, which I know is kind of mental because now I'm heavy on the imagery on the card. So, and I still love this deck. I actually still love this. I don't particularly reach for it anymore for myself, but if I was to read for others or do pick cards or collective messages, these are fab. And I do love a good collective message myself. It's very outdated in its imagery. I think this is just the King of Water. I mean, that eyeshadow choice. Bold. Do you know what? I'm pretty sure I probably wore my eyeshadow when I was a teenager pretty much the same way. We're not going to talk about it. So, yes, this is one of my, like, oh my gosh. Look at that. That is terrible. That is, wow. Wow. This is one of my most beat up decks, for sure. Another oldie, but a goodie, is my Crystal Visions Tarot. So, the box is a bit battered, for sure. I see a lot of people have fallen in love with this again, and I was so excited because it's like, oh my god, I have that deck. I have that. I've had this. I think it was my first tarot deck that I really loved. And it's such a great deck. Again, a little outdated. Some of these decks I'm going to show are maybe a bit outdated now. Depending on how you like to read, though. Me personally, outdated, what's that? Trends always come back round. They always do a full circle. Just like I noticed, actually talking about trends, pointy heels, like, you know, the front of them are making a comeback. I'm like, guys, they were bad when they were first came out. They're just not much better now. They're an absolute hazard. But this is fantastic. I quite like the art style. I feel like it's very soft and gentle. It's soft and gentle, and then like she comes over here and shows you the 5 of Swords. You're welcome. It's just so kind. No, but in all honesty, it's like really, really nice, even for beginners, because it follows Rider-Waite-Smith. So that's why I wanted to get it, because I really don't like Rider-Waite-Smith original. Oh my god, I really didn't at the start. I just couldn't. I was like, it's too yellow, I don't like it, the imagery is weird, it's odd. I have a great appreciation for it now, okay? But back then I was like, no, I wanted something better, brighter, and here we are. I chose this better, brighter. It is a bit better. It's not as yellow at the very least anyway. Right, another Dorian Virtue deck now. I know this one is out of print, so I do apologize. But I remember I really did enjoy this deck as well. And I know in one way it's a pity that these are gone, because I know a lot of people like to get their hands on them all the same, and for what some people are selling them for, I'm sorry you guys, don't be paying silly money for these decks. It's absolutely ridiculous. They're good, but they're not that good, you know. But at the time when I first started reading, these were fantastic. Do I use them now? No, not really, because it's not who I am anymore, and it's not really where I am in my practice. Oh, Archangel Michael, always. But just there's other things, like, I mean, workshops and seminars. I like this one, the cancel, clear, delete, like, But vacuum away fear. Oh my god, that reminds me of Bryce in Crescent City. I won't say nothing, just in case you guys want to read it. I won't say nothing. But if you have read it, don't you agree? Vacuum away. Well, we say hoover, we don't say vacuum. Like, if you get nervous, focus on service. Shh. I will eat in a minute. Doesn't need to be so loud and obnoxious. Have you asked your angels for help with this? I don't know. Will they cook me a meal? No, I didn't think so. But some of these are quite, like, maybe some of the key titles are, again, I wouldn't really be using them today, but I do like it is a good deck. I just probably wouldn't, excuse me, reach for this as much as I would have back then. And we're going further down the rabbit hole of memory lane, and this is an old deck. This is a very, very old deck. It's Kyle Gray one. Angel Prayers. I don't think a lot of people talk about this one. I can't remember, was it a fan? I don't think it was a major fan favorite, but I don't know whose channel I've seen it on. Many moons ago. They're probably not on YouTube anymore. And I was like, yes, this is something so different to Dorian Virtue, and I wanted something because I was working heavily with angels back then. Do I like this now? No, not really, but I think I've talked about this before. It's very odd, the artwork, or the art style, really. It's not, like, I don't mind the artwork, I just find it hard to link this with Archangel Gabriel. It's just, that's just a preference though. But as a beginner starting out, really fabulous deck. This was used a lot, believe it or not. Why are you not focusing? Who are you focusing? Oh my god. Archangel Michael, stop trying to steal the limelight here. Excuse me. I feckin' knew it. There you go, see? I just don't visualize Archangel Michael like that. That's very blue. I suppose in my own head they just visually look different. So, again, it's okay. It's okay. If you're starting off, I would say, yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm not particularly gone on it. Okay, let's bring it back a little bit. And this is my first indie deck, and I was so excited. This is around a long time now at this stage. especially with how quick decks are coming out. But oh my goodness, I love this. Oh, Frankie loves it too. I love this deck. I think you guys know how much I love this. For ancestral work, this is absolutely fantastic. So good, believe it or not. It's such an odd choice for ancestral work, but it works so well. And I love the like little cartoons. And again, I've mentioned this several times, the Tim Burton feel to it. But it's a fantastic reader. I remember seeing this on Liz's channel. She Charmed Intuition, and she does really good pick of cards. I don't watch them anymore. I only get bits and pieces sometimes. But I remember seeing this and I was like, I need this deck. I could hear the messages myself. I was like, I need to get this deck. And then I realized it was indie. And it was a little bit more than what I would normally pay for a deck, especially getting it to Ireland and stuff, but it was actually one of the most affordable ones for sure. So again, I have no regrets with that, and it is very well loved. Next one is The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid, and I think the artwork is by Jenna Della Grottaglia. Yes. And this is Hay House as well. This, I remember getting, I think I got this one first because I was like, oh, it says The Good Tarot. And of course my association was, oh, that tarot is bad. I love the backs on these. These are beautiful. And that's not the case at all. But I struggled to read with this so badly. I love the artwork. It's very pretty. It's very fantasy based, I would say. It's very, very different. But their cards are big, not word. They still are quite big. The name changes, and I wanted to kind of stick somewhat to the traditional names. So hence I got the Crystal Visions Tarot. But I don't regret getting this because it is a beautiful deck, and I will for sure be using this at some stage. I mean, I find it slow to part with decks. I mean, again, the artwork is stunning. You can't help but fall in love with it. But it definitely is one that I'm kind of like, probably not the best one for a beginner, for sure. Everyday Witch Tarot. I've had this for quite some time. I adore this deck so much. I think I've seen this on Imogen's channel. Unfortunately, she doesn't upload anymore. I think her channel is gone. Or if it's there, all her videos are gone, which makes me sad because they were such a comfort watch. But anyway, I love this deck. And then I also seen it on Charmed Intuition's tarot channel as well, or pick a card channel. And I just love this. And it's a fantastic for a beginner. But I remember getting this and I was so excited. I just couldn't wait because this was so out of what I already had. It just felt so luxurious. And I'm like, oh my goodness me. They were perfect. They're an ideal size for me if I was to pick. I love Llewellyn size decks, to be honest, because they're just perfect for me to shuffle. They don't strain. They don't hurt. Sometimes the Hay House decks, especially the more cards. I love more cards. I just don't need a bigger card size. It hurts. But I love this deck. It's truly so, so beautiful. And such a fantastic reader. Okay, I need to move it along because I have a couple of more that I want to show. Okay. So I'm going to show you two together. But I'll explain because there's a story behind it. So it is the Moonology by Yasmin Boland and the Angels and Ancestors Oracle by Kyle Gray. You guys, so these were pivotal for me when I got them because it was my first time being taken to a proper holistic shop. Up until then, it was always holistic fairs I used to go to. And if you've been to holistic fairs back in the day, especially in Ireland, they are brutally expensive. They still are. They're probably more expensive now. I'm going to move you guys back a little bit. This was pivotal for me. So this is the Moonology. And I've actually done a walkthrough on the Kyle Gray Angels and Ancestors. I fell in love with these. I can't remember whose channel I've seen it on. It doesn't really matter. I love these. And I knew the minute I walked into that holistic shop and I seen them, I was like, I have to get them. And they were quite affordable, actually. They weren't really that badly priced. And that shop still isn't badly priced to this day. I was so excited when I got home. I couldn't wait to open the box and read through the guidebook. I only had a quick glance, and then looked through the cards, and I remember just this deck was just pivotal. It was a pivotal deck for me. It just changed my taste. It helped me kind of go outside what I was comfortable with. Now these two don't actually work together. I wanted to show them together because I bought them both at the same time, and so I won't part with them because, first of all, it was my first time actually having a partner who was super supportive and understanding of what I love, and has now seen the absolute growth of my collection of decks, which has changed a lot since I got these two. This pairing is making me a little emotional now because it's kind of a trip down memory lane really here. But this was just, oh my goodness me, I couldn't wait because I'm always fascinated by the moon and a little bit of the astrology aspect of it. But these two together, I was just so excited, and they're both kind of the same cardstock, and they were just gorgeous. An affirmation deck that I want to show is The Universe Has Your Back, and I actually got it in the same shop that I got the Angels and Ancestors and Moonology, and I don't know why I kept being drawn to this one. It's not one I use anymore. It's by Gabrielle Bernstein, and they're the back, and I love these. I remember every Sunday I used to do my big reading for the week ahead, and I wasn't really into daily card draws as I am now, which is funny because now I miss my Sunday big draws, and I used to always pull an affirmation card to tie it up, and I still do that to this day for when I read for others. And I really like these ones, actually. I just haven't picked them out in a while because there's just other affirmation decks that are out there, but I just wanted to give this an honorable mention all the same. And last but not least, the one I really want to mention is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Well, not really want to mention it, but it's one that was kind of definitely a bit more life-changing. This is the, okay, that sounds way more dramatic than I mean it to be. This is the big box one with the big guidebook and whatnot, just in case you're thinking, where's your guidebook? I remember getting this, and it was during the summer, and I was so excited. Again, I get so excited for my decks, but this was totally different again. I believe I got this before the Angels, no, after the Angels and Ancestors, or maybe before. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But this is life-changing because the box was so luxurious. I never had anything like this. It was like, oh my gosh, this is so fancy. So fancy, in a big guidebook, and I don't even know who it was. I found this impossible to read when I got it. It's like, why did I get this? I don't know how to read oracle cards. Like, I'm relying on the guidebook. I really want to be one of those that could intuitively read. I would tell past men, like, trust me, you'll get there. You don't need to overcomplicate it, because you will get there. But I love this deck. I definitely want to bring it out. So as you can see, there was a huge team of Colette Baron Reid decks at that time, at the start. Oh, this is just, and the cardstock is really, really nice as well. I think it's definitely one of my favourite cardstocks. So, my lovelies, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for hanging out and coming down memory lane with me and keeping me company. Let me know, what was your first deck, or what was one of the decks that just, you're like, wow, you were so excited about. I'd love to hear it. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Pretty cool over here, if I do say so myself. Hit the like, because it does help my video and my channel out, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. I also just want to say that I do have a coffee link below, but don't feel like you have to. I always just like to mention it always helps the channel out. Anyway, As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, stay magical, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.